Alright everybody, we're out here, my helper. This thing makes absolutely no sense at all. It came with no directions, so I downloaded the directions, and everything they show is totally different than what we got going on here. They show that box removed. There's nowhere to bring any of this. It shows 2 terminals outside the winch. We only got 1, and that's not color coded, so I don't know where it goes. So we're just going to keep taking it apart. It's red. That's the power, must be. And what's that? Just floating in there. I don't know.
One wire not even fucking connected. Nothing.
Alright, this is the headaches you get when you get a cheap open box, when you get a $900 winch for 113 bucks. You just gotta figure some stuff out. So, I'll get back to you. Alright everybody, we ended up finding out after all that headache that it was the power wire and the ground wire. That's all that had to be hooked up. That's it. And now it works. So, we're so happy that it works. We're trying to get this bad boy loaded up. We're going to see if it does. Oh, wait a minute. One more thing. Wait till it stops. Engaged. Okay? Try that. Okay? Oh, I'm going to have to move the trailer. So, release it some. Working good so far. It's being stubborn though. She's a heavy girl, no rear end under there. But she's working good so far. Alright, we had to unload it and move it because that big old butt just went whoop, and we couldn't get it straight. So she's an angry old girl, that's for damn sure. Alright guys, we got it on with the winch, but it kept falling off. It started off way back there. We had to keep moving the truck forward. And then we took the old 75 Blazer and put a strap from there to the front. And then as we loaded it, I just kept pulling it more that way. Eventually we got her on. She good to go now. I can't wait to see what this one looks like with the claw. She's throwing it and chucking it. I'm going to throw these chains in there eventually. And that might be it for that load of scrap. Alright, let's see what else. Good afternoon everyone. We're out here tearing apart once my used to be plow truck. And now we're taking all the parts off of it. I'm taking the wipers off, the wiper motor, because that'll go in my 74. We took the windshield out. I wasn't going to take it, but my wife took on as a project, and we got it out. So another windshield, because we only have a few square bodies around here. So not sure about the dash. That's pretty neat. Custom Chevrolet. I don't know if we'll pull the dash out or not. Gauge cluster, it's got all dummy lights in it, so don't need that. I took the boot off of here. We got to drop the transmission and transfer, and I'm just putting a couple jacks under there and cutting the cross member because I don't have time to mess with rusty bolts. And cleaning all this off, saving that. Most of everything that was running from the bell housing forward will go on my 74 K5 that doesn't have that came with nothing. So I mean, I got to rebuild everything pretty much. It doesn't even have power steering. Did you know that 74 has manual steering?
Yeah, we talked about that.
So I'll probably save that steering box mainly for the bracket, but it's always good to have a properly working one around at the time. I already robbed that hub off there for mine. I'll take the other hub off still. But mainly we're going to drop the transmission and drop the transmission, and then what we'll do from there is get it up on the flatbed, the one that's got that Lincoln on it right there. We're taking that Lincoln tomorrow morning to scrap. Then Thursday probably will, since I got a working winch now, we'll just winch it up there onto the flatbed, and then I'm going to cut the U-bolts, cut the shocks, snip the brake lines, take the drive shafts off. That's another thing I got to do. Get the drive shafts off, cut the U-bolts in the back. Man, that's a lot of springs on there. No wonder why this thing rode like a brick. Did you see how many springs were back here? And it's got helper springs. But I'm keeping the axles front and back, transmission transfer. It's always good to have an SM465 and a 205 around here when you have 6 or 7 Blazers. That's what that one has. So we're going to finish stripping all this down, put it into storage bins for the move, and then that one comes up in line. Once that is in this parking spot, then we can open the door and get that bad boy out right there. So that's Lucille. She's awesome. The only thing that needs, oh, we got to put a master cylinder in it sometime, and someday a clutch. It still runs and drives, you just got to go easy on her. So, well, that's the plan for now. Too much jibber jabber. But once this is parted out, goes to the crusher, we drop the motor in that just to have the motor set in there. That way it's easier to move. Then I don't have to transport the engine separately. But we got a few things going on. Well, this is what happens when you ain't paying attention. That drug on the ground. So I gotta cut it, because there's not enough. Maybe there is. Let me see. See if there's enough to just take it out and let's see. Nope. The head is not reusable. Alright. I think I got another one in there, maybe. I know I got a receiver end to it. Maybe. But also this is broke too. Maybe I should cut that bracket off. I got a whole new receiver set up. That can't be good. Loose wire and all that. I wonder why my trailer brakes don't work. But what I was going to do was use those heat shrink tubings and extend this, but I don't know. Maybe I'm going to cut that off. Redo this. I didn't want to do a whole lot to it because I have move bumpers that I have for it. But that's, geez, a year or two away. So maybe we will go ahead and cut that off and re-put this on there. I like that hitch so far. So that way I can put this at any height I want. Which also costs me my plug here, but we'll see. Okay, I'll figure out what I'm going to do. Get back to you. Heading off to take this Lincoln to scrap, and we got some turkeys. Just a couple of them, huh? Dang, that's making me hungry. Turkey sandwich with mayonnaise. Yeah. Alright, we're finally dropping off this car to scrap here. Lincoln. See how much the whole truck and trailer weighs. I'm guessing we get about $420 for the car. So we weigh 14,260. We'll see what it is. Empty. All right, everybody. We are taking the
Well, that one was so much easier.
bolts off to the, there's a bracket from the transfer case to the frame. We're taking that off now. We got these 3 bolts off to the extra transfer case bracket there. And then we're gonna probably cut the exhaust right there with the old Sawzall, drop it down just so it's out the way. The e-brake cable kindly removed itself when we took off the first nut to that side, so
that nut held this little bracket, which had this little guy, a little torsion thing, holding just like this to hold the e-brake cable so it went across all sides. Now, I'm no engineer, but it's kind of cool.
yeah. So we just gotta pretty much get the bolts for this. I was originally just gonna come through and cut it, but then just so that it'd be done quicker. But then I saw these 3 bolts in here to that extra cross member bracket. Now I'm gonna be using that bracket. I'm gonna get that put on my Blazer because it's got the same transmission. So I'll probably have to drill holes in the frame for that bracket that he's loosening up now. But actually I'll probably have to use this cross member.
I would, and I actually think you might already have these holes drilled on yours because yours had the extra holes drilled on your frame, I'm pretty sure. But we'll have to double, triple, make sure.
I took the drive shaft out yesterday, the back one. I loosened the front bolts on the front one. It's just up there, can't get to get a wrench in. Yeah, right there. So I'll just use the drive shaft as an extra handle to pull this bad boy out of here, because it looks like we're gonna have to jack it up to get it out. So that's more of and then there's no cab mount right there. So before you guys start calling me an idiot, a moron, all that stuff you say about crushing this truck, there's reasons. So
we got our reasons.
So that's it for now. A little bit of here, a little bit of there. We're making this dream come true.
One piece at a time.
Out here getting the girls some juice. Bar barrels kick in instantly. $19.73. Lots of progress going on here at Working Man's Restorations. My rear end fell out yesterday. I'm taking the back and the front. Man, left everything out here last night. My hat and all my tools. I must have been in a hurry. So, check out Working Man's Restorations YouTube channel. This will be the 4th vehicle going off my property. 3rd one that's going to scrap. This one's getting a motor dropped in it. And going to a doctor's appointment. Taking this fine girl for a ride. Working Man's Restorations channel. Do the right thing. First time using Rock Auto. And that was in here. It was all packaged up good. Nothing wrong about that, but I have real bad anxiety going into stores, dealing with people and stuff. It's kind of why someday I'm hoping my YouTube channel here takes off, because then I don't have to go anywhere or deal with anybody or do anything. So anyway, this is for the dually. So I got oil filter, oil, truck and SUV, 530. And then, hopefully my cap is good. This should be my distributor cap. I think it looks good. I learned many times over. For Chevy, I truly use AC Delco. Because let's give an example on this starter here. This starter was in that Blazer right there, the one on the right. And I just kept having problems. Shimmed it. Put starter bolts in it, everything. Nothing worked. Just a cheap rebuild. You know, what do you call the box? It ain't called box store with the auto parts store. Chain stores, we'll call it that. Anyway. that starter, brand new. I mean, it was literally brand new. I put it on brand new. And then I went AC Delco starter. I put homemade, not homemade, but the auto parts store. Hey, how's it going? And the auto parts store made me new cables, and I put a big battery, everything. That thing fires on the second you turn the key. So it's supposed to start raining later, so I guess I better cover this up. There to get some stuff in here. But we got the rear end out. Got to get the front end out. Put her back on the ground. There's a couple brackets I got to get out of there too, because this is not on my Blazer. So there's some better parts I need to take off there. Anyway, I'm going to take the front differential off, and the old girl's going to scrap. So that's going to be number 4 that's gone off the property. And then that Eclipse back there is going to be 5. And probably that 79 C10 up there. I'm going to take the mirrors off because I want to put, I'm just going to scuff them up. We want to put them on here. And then I'm going to leave the rust so that the rust comes back through. But we're going to be getting some work done on this. We beat a Camaro yesterday at the car show. So I'm going to take the mirrors off that. I was going to save the transmission and all kinds of big plans and all that, but that's her fate. Oh, I got to get the motor out of it. That's right. The crusher won't take, we bought it just as parts truck, and anyway. Alrighty, gotta go. Time to do some sketchy stuff. Sketchy stuff. Sketchy stuff. I have to get these 2 brackets right here. They go up to the upper frame rail. It seems that with this 4-speed, they... There's where that went. I was looking for that. Okay, gotta go do some sketchy stuff. Hopefully it stays. Alright, everybody. We got the U-bolts cut, and they're free, both sides. I cut the other brake line. So we're halfway through this, and the grinder keeps cutting out, so the battery's dead. Picking up all the tools, starting to rain, so just cut this line, finish cutting that, and we're gonna work on setting her down, and that's it for this one. That'd be 4 vehicles out of my yard. Next is gonna be the Eclipse over there.